Chosen one, this is why God kept you single all this time. I have held you back from certain connections not to deny you love, but to protect the depth of your heart and prepare you for a union that will not break you. Listen closely, because what you are about to understand will shift the way you see your past, your waiting, and your future forever. If you walk away from this moment, you may miss the clarity that explains every lonely night and every closed door you could not understand. I have not abandoned you. I have been shaping you in silence, building something inside you that could not be built while you were distracted by temporary attachments. This is why you must stay and hear every word, because the truth will set your heart at peace and align you with what is finally coming. Type amen to affirm if this message speaks to your spirit. I kept you single because your heart was too valuable to be handled by those who were not ready for you. You called it delay, but I called it protection. You thought something was wrong with you, but I saw something powerful within you that needed time to grow without interference. I was removing you from situations where you would have been misunderstood, used, or slowly broken down without even realizing it. I chose your solitude because your purpose required clarity, not confusion. There were moments when you felt forgotten, when you wondered why others found love so easily while you stood still, waiting and questioning. In those moments, I was doing my deepest work within you. I was healing wounds you did not even know were there. I was teaching you how to stand on your own and how to find peace without depending on another person to complete you. I was strengthening your spirit so that when love finally comes, it will not control you. It will complement you. I did not want you to build your life around someone who could not match your calling. I saw the paths ahead, the hidden intentions, and emotional weight that would have slowed you down. So I stepped in even when you did not understand, even when it hurt. I closed doors that you begged me to open because I could see what was behind them. My love for you is not measured by how quickly I give you what you want, but by how carefully I protect what you truly need. Your singleness has not been empty, even if it felt that way. It has been filled with preparation, quiet transformation, and unseen growth. I have been teaching you patience, not as a punishment, but as a foundation. I have been showing you your worth so that you will never again accept less than what aligns with your soul. I have been building your confidence so that you do not lose yourself when someone finally walks into your life. There is a reason you did not settle, even when it would have been easier to do so. There is a reason you walked away from connections that almost felt right, but never fully aligned. That was my voice within you, guiding you away from what looked good, but was never meant for you. You were not being difficult. You were being directed. You were not missing out. You were being preserved. Type 1111 if you believe this message is for you. I have also been preparing the one who is meant to walk beside you. Just as you have been growing, they have been changing, learning, and becoming ready. Timing matters more than you realize. If I had brought you together too early, you would not have recognized each other in the right way. You both needed to go through your own journeys, so that when you finally meet, there will be understanding instead of confusion, and strength instead of dependency. Do not mistake waiting for rejection. I have not rejected your desire for love. I place that desire within you, and I honor it. But I will not rush something that is meant to be built with care. I will not allow you to enter a relationship that would pull you away from your purpose. You are not meant for ordinary love, and that is why ordinary timing has not worked for you. I have seen every tear you tried to hide. I have heard every silent prayer you whispered when no one else was around. I know how deeply you have longed to be seen, to be chosen, and to be loved without conditions. I am telling you now that this kind of love is not being denied to you. It is being prepared for you. There is a difference between being alone and being set apart, and you have been set apart. You have learned how to survive on your own, but soon you will learn how to thrive with someone who respects your strength instead of competing with it. You will not have to shrink yourself to be accepted. You will not have to question where you stand. The love that is coming will not confuse you. It will confirm everything you have been waiting for. Your journey has not been wasted. Every lesson, every disappointment, and every moment of doubt has been shaping you into someone who will not be easily shaken. When love finally arrives, you will not enter it blindly. You will step into it with wisdom, discernment, and confidence because everything you have endured prepared you for a relationship built on truth, trust, and lasting purpose. What I have reserved for you will not require you to compromise your calling or abandon your identity. It will bring peace instead of fear, clarity instead of confusion, and joy instead of uncertainty. Keep trusting my timing, because what is coming will be worth every season of waiting. You will walk into it with wisdom, with awareness, and with a deep understanding of your own value. That is something many people never learn, and that is why their relationships fail. There is a difference between being ready for love and being shaped for a purpose that love must align with. You were not overlooked. You were being refined in ways that only solitude could allow. There were nights when you felt the silence was too loud, when your own thoughts echoed back at you and made you question your path. I was there in those moments, closer than you realized, guiding you through a transformation you could not see yet. I was teaching you how to sit with yourself without fear, how to face your emotions without running from them. This kind of strength cannot be built in distraction. It is built in stillness. And I chose that stillness for you because your future requires it. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. You must understand that not every connection is meant to stay, and not every attraction is meant to grow into something lasting. Many times I allowed you to feel a glimpse of what could be, only to remove it before it could take root. That was not to confuse you. It was to teach you discernment. I wanted you to recognize the difference between what feels good for a moment and what is truly right for your life. You are learning to see beyond appearances, beyond words, and into the deeper truth of a person's heart. I have also been protecting your peace in ways you cannot measure. There were conversations you never had that would have drained you. There were relationships you never entered that would have cost you your confidence. There were attachments you never formed that would have pulled you away from your calling. I intervened before those paths could open, even when you were ready to walk into them. That is what my protection looks like, even when it feels like loss. The love that is coming into your life is not built on desperation or loneliness. It is being built on wholeness. I wanted you to become someone who does not chase love out of fear of being alone. I wanted you to stand firmly in your identity, knowing who you are without needing someone else to validate it. When you reach that place, love does not become something you depend on. It becomes something you share. That is the kind of connection that lasts. There is also something within you that needed time to awaken. Your gifts, your awareness, and your emotional depth all required space to grow. If you had been entangled in the wrong relationship, those parts of you would have been suppressed or ignored. I refused to let that happen. I created distance so that you could discover who you truly are without being shaped by someone else's expectations. Now you are beginning to see yourself more clearly than ever before. Type 222 to receive blessings. You have become stronger than you give yourself credit for. You have learned how to handle disappointment without breaking. You have learned how to keep going even when things did not turn out the way you hoped. You have learned how to find moments of peace even in uncertainty. These lessons are not small. They are preparing you for something greater than what you have experienced so far. You are not the same person you were before, and that change was necessary. I am not only preparing you for love, I am preparing you to recognize it. Many people receive love and still fail to see it for what it truly is. They question it. They doubt it. They push it away because they have not healed from their past. I did not want that to be your story. I wanted you to be ready to accept love without fear, without suspicion, and without self-sabotage. That kind of readiness takes time, and I gave you that time. There's also a timing that goes beyond your understanding. You see your life from where you stand, but I see the entire path ahead. I know when hearts align, when circumstances shift, and when everything falls into place in a way that cannot be forced. I have been aligning things behind the scenes, even when it felt like nothing was happening. What you call delay is often alignment that is still unfolding. You are closer than you think to a shift that will change everything. The waiting has not been endless. It has been purposeful. There is a moment approaching where you will look back and understand why things had to happen this way. You will see how every closed door redirected you, how every moment of loneliness strengthened you, and how every delay protected you. That realization will bring you a kind of peace that you have never felt before. When the right person enters your life, it will not feel like chaos. It will not feel like confusion or uncertainty. It will feel like clarity, like a quiet knowing that this is different. You will not have to chase. You will not have to prove your worth. You will not have to wonder where you stand. The connection will grow naturally with respect, understanding, and a shared sense of purpose. Do not lose faith now. You have come too far to stop doubting what I am doing in your life. Your story is still unfolding, and the best parts are not behind you. They are ahead, waiting for the right moment to appear. Stay patient, stay grounded, and trust that I am guiding you every step of the way, even when you cannot see it clearly. There were seasons when you almost gave up on believing that love would ever come in the way your heart truly desired. You told yourself to be strong, to stop expecting, and to accept whatever came your way just to fill the silence. But even in those moments, something inside you resisted settling, and that resistance was not weakness. It was my guidance. I placed a quiet strength within you that refused to accept less than what aligns with your soul. That inner voice you kept hearing was me, protecting you from choosing something that would have taken more from you than it ever gave. Automatically, backed by science and 4 elite labs, this simple home ritual is helping struggling people move into dream lifestyles. But this page may not stay live. Click the link in the description and comment before it is wiped from the internet. I have been shaping your standards not to make you demanding, but to make you aware of what you truly deserve. You were not meant to lower yourself just to feel chosen. You were not meant to ignore your intuition just to hold on to someone. I have been teaching you to listen deeply, to trust what you feel even when it does not make sense to others. This kind of awareness will save you from pain that many people walk into without realizing it until it is too late. Type 1010 if you walk by faith. There is a deeper reason why I kept you away from certain people even when they seemed right at first. Not everyone who enters your life is meant to stay, and not everyone who shows interest carries pure intentions. Some would have admired you, but not understood you. Some would have wanted your presence, but not respected your purpose. I saw those differences clearly, even when you could not, and I acted in your favor. You must also understand that love is not meant to distract you from your calling. It is meant to strengthen it. The connection I am preparing for you will not pull you away from who you are becoming. Instead, it will support your growth, encourage your dreams, and stand beside you as you move forward. This is why I have taken my time. I am not bringing someone into your life to complete you, but to walk with you as you continue to become who you were created to be. There were times when you questioned why things ended before they truly began. You wonder why conversations faded, why interest disappeared, and why opportunity for connection seemed to slip through your hands. What you did not see was how I was redirecting you away from paths that would have led to disappointment. I allowed certain things to fall apart early so that you would not have to experience a deeper kind of hurt later. That was mercy, even if it felt like rejection. You have grown in ways that cannot be measured by time alone. You have become more aware of your emotions, more grounded in your values, and more protective of your peace. These changes did not happen overnight. They were built through every experience you went through. Each moment of waiting added something to your character. Each challenge shaped your perspective. You are not standing where you started, even if it sometimes feels like you have not moved forward. Type 555 to affirm. I have also been teaching you how to love yourself in a deeper way, not in a superficial sense, but in a way that honors your worth and protects your energy. You have learned how to say no when something does not feel right. You have learned how to step back when your peace is threatened. You have learned how to choose yourself without guilt. These are lessons that will serve you well when love finally enters your life, because you will not lose yourself trying to hold on to someone. The loneliness you felt was not meant to break you. It was meant to reveal parts of you that needed attention. It brought you face to face with your thoughts, your fears, and your desires. It forced you to understand yourself on a deeper level. That understanding is a gift, even if it came through discomfort. Many people avoid this process, and as a result, they carry unresolved issues into their relationships. You are not carrying that weight because you faced it. There is also a patience that has been growing within you, even if you do not always notice it. You have learned how to wait without losing yourself completely. You have learned how to hold on to hope without forcing outcomes. This balance is important because it allows you to stay open while still protecting your heart. When the right person comes, you will not rush. You will recognize. You will not cling. You will connect. I want you to understand that your story is not behind schedule. It is unfolding exactly as it should. The timing of your life is not meant to match anyone else's journey. What is meant for you requires a different path, a different pace, and a different preparation. Comparing yourself to others will only make you question something that is already perfectly aligned. Trust that your path is being guided with intention. The love that is coming will not feel like something you have to chase or convince. It will come with a sense of ease that you have not experienced before. It will not remove all challenges, but will not add unnecessary confusion either. There will be a mutual understanding, a shared respect, and a deep sense of peace that allows both of you to grow together. This is what you've been waiting for, even if you did not have the words to describe it. You did not always notice it, but there were patterns forming, habits of holding on too tightly and giving too much too soon. I stepped in before those patterns could define your future. I was not just keeping you single. I was freeing you from cycles that would have repeated pain in different forms. You are no longer the person who would have accepted love that comes with conditions you must constantly meet. You are no longer the one who would stay silent just to keep someone from leaving. I have been building a voice within you. You have developed a quiet confidence that knows when to speak and when to walk away. This is not something you learned overnight. It came from every moment when you had to choose yourself, even when it was difficult. That strength will protect your future in ways you cannot yet see. Type 1212 to claim miracles. Could a hidden CIA discovery explain why so many people are suddenly living in luxury? Secret CIA research has supposedly surfaced, revealing a brain technique that pulls in wealth almost like magic. It takes just 7 seconds, can be done at home, and is said to be supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are reportedly leaving debt behind and enjoying luxury. But this information may not stay available for long, so click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. There were people who entered your life carrying wounds they had not healed from. If you had stayed, you would have tried to fix what was never yours to fix. You would have poured your energy, your time, and your care into hoping that your love would be enough to make everything right. But I knew that path would leave you exhausted and unfulfilled. So I removed you, even when you felt deeply connected and believed you could make it work. I chose your peace over your temporary comfort. I have also been teaching you the difference between loneliness and alignment. Loneliness makes you feel empty, as though something is missing. Alignment brings a quiet sense of understanding. Even when you are alone, you have been moving from one state to the other, learning that your life is not incomplete without another person. This realization is powerful because it allows you to enter love from a place of fullness rather than need. That is the kind of energy that attracts something genuine. You have begun to recognize your own value in ways you never did before. You are no longer questioning whether you are enough. Instead, you are beginning to understand that the right person will never leave you wondering where you stand. This clarity is not accidental. It is something I have been building within you, step by step. I wanted you to know your worth so deeply that no one could ever make you doubt it again. Type 1010 if you trust God. The connection that is coming into your life will not require you to become someone else. It will never ask you to hide parts of yourself or change your identity just to be accepted. You will be able to show up exactly as you are with honesty and confidence. That is because you have spent time discovering who you are without outside influence. You are no longer searching for someone to define you. Instead, you are ready to share your life without losing yourself. At the same time, a deeper level of emotional maturity has been growing within you. You have learned to manage your feelings without allowing to control every decision. You have learned to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. These changes may seem quiet, but they are incredibly powerful. They will help you build something stable, something that can endure challenges without falling apart at the first sign of difficulty. You may not even realize it, but you have become far more selective with your energy. You no longer give your attention as freely as you once did. You have learned to protect your time, your peace, and your focus. This is not distance. It is wisdom. You are no longer drawn toward every opportunity for connection. Instead, you are waiting for something that resonates on a deeper level. That shift is a sign that you are ready for something far more meaningful. A moment is approaching when everything will begin to align naturally instead of feeling forced. You will not have to chase anyone or convince them of your worth. You will not have to question whether the connection is real. It will unfold with a sense of peace and ease that you have never experienced before, because it will be built upon everything you have learned and everything you have become. It will not feel like a constant struggle to maintain. Instead, it will grow naturally. I have been preparing you for a love that brings peace instead of confusion, a love that supports your purpose rather than distracting you from it, and a love that feels steady instead of uncertain. This kind of relationship requires two people who are truly ready, not merely willing. You are reaching that place now. You are becoming someone who can both receive and give love in a healthy, balanced way. Do not look back with regret at what never happened. Those experiences were never meant to remain in your life forever. They were lessons and stepping stones that shaped your understanding. Now you are moving forward with greater clarity and strength. The path ahead is different, and you will recognize that difference as it begins to unfold. This transformation may seem subtle, but it is significant. It is proof that you are no longer responding from old wounds, but from a place of healing and growth. This is the version of yourself that is capable of building something lasting. I have also been changing your perspective on what love truly means. You once believed that love had to be intense and overwhelming, something that swept you off your feet and consumed every part of your life. Now you are beginning to understand that real love is not defined by chaos or uncertainty. It is defined by peace, trust, mutual respect, and the freedom to be completely yourself. You have been teaching yourself that real love is steady, calm, and secure. It does not leave you questioning your worth or doubting your place, nor does it create chaos and call it passion. The love that is meant for you will feel like peace, not pressure. Type 222 to receive blessings. There were times when you felt tempted to go back to what was familiar, even when you knew it was not right for you. Familiarity can feel comfortable even when it is unhealthy, but you found the strength to keep moving forward. You refuse to settle for something that would keep you trapped in the same cycle, because you are being guided towards something new, something better, and something aligned with who you are becoming. You must also understand that your journey has required you to stand alone at times, so that you could learn how to rely on God more deeply. When everything around you was uncertain, when people came and went, and when plans did not unfold as expected, you were learning to find stability in something greater than your circumstances. That kind of faith is not built in comfort. It is built in moments where you have no choice but to trust. Type 1111 if you believe. Why are so many people saying the CIA ritual changed their life in only 7 seconds? This leaked CIA method is described as powerful and effective, a short brainwave technique, said to be backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is claimed to be helping regular people move from financial struggle to prosperity. Dream homes, cars, and trips are becoming possible, but this video could be taken down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments now before it is gone. You have been removing distractions from your life so that you could focus on what truly matters. Some connections would have taken your attention away from your purpose. They would have filled your time, but not your soul. That space was cleared even when it felt empty, because it was meant to be used for your growth. You have been discovering parts of yourself that would have remained hidden if you had been constantly occupied by others. There is also a level of clarity developing within you. You are beginning to see people for who they truly are rather than who you hoped they would be. You are noticing patterns, behaviors, and intentions with greater awareness. This clarity is a form of protection because it allows you to make choices that align with your well-being instead of ignoring what you feel just to keep someone in your life. You are no longer easily misled, and that is a powerful change. You have learned how to walk away from situations that do not honor your worth. That was not easy, especially when you cared deeply. But each time you chose yourself, you became stronger. You are no longer afraid of losing someone if it means losing your peace. This strength will protect your future relationship because you will no longer tolerate what is not right for you. The love that is coming into your life will recognize this strength rather than be threatened by it. It will meet you where you are instead of pulling you back into old patterns. You will not feel like you have to dim your light or hide your growth. Instead, you'll feel supported, understood, and appreciated for who you are. This is the kind of connection that allows both people to grow together instead of holding each other back. Your heart has also been prepared to receive love without fear. Past experiences may have left you cautious, uncertain, or hesitant to fully open up, but healing has been taking place slowly and gently without forcing anything. You were meant to feel safe within yourself first, because when you feel safe within, you can open your heart without fear of losing yourself. Even now, there's a shift happening within you. You are beginning to feel ready, quietly open to what is coming. You are no longer holding on to the past in the same way and are beginning to look forward instead of backward. This shift creates space for something new because you cannot hold on to what was while fully receiving what is coming. Do not be afraid of what lies ahead. The path you are